everybody of
The festive season has come alive in Port Harcourt, the River State capital. The government kicks off the Light Up Port Harcourt project. The event, flagged off at GRA Junction, was led by Governor Siminalayi Fubara. The project aims to brighten the city with Christmas colors, transforming night drives into a magical experience for residents. For Port Harcourt residents, this initiative is special. It marks the first major Christmas celebration of this scale since the Port Harcourt Carnival last held in 2013.
We're so excited because it's been a long time we had this kind of events in Port Harcourt. The first thing is that Christmas is a celebration for everybody. So generally we are all celebrating, we're all lit up. But financially, the economic situation of the country is telling on different people's pockets. But come on, let's think of it. Enjoyment is for the living. Enjoyment is for the living. If you are dead, no Christmas. Enjoy with the 1K you have.
Spearheaded by the River State Tourism Development Agency, RSTDA, the project is set to make the holidays more exciting.
We're trying to reignite the spirit of Christmas, rekindle love, rejig the strategy that Port Harcourt, River State has always been a hospitable state. And for so long, that has been locked down somewhere. So we're just opening the gates to the beauty of the state. I mean, Culinary is loading. And when I mean loading, it's loading for 2025. But River State is great. And for every ethnic group, 26 of them, and the 23 LGAs, there are activities ongoing up until January.
The Christmas lights have sparked joy and optimism across the state. Residents, including music artists and business owners, share their excitement, with many hopeful that the iconic River State Carnival will soon return. Private homes and businesses are also adding to the festive spirit, showcasing colorful decorations, while entertaining shows and parties are popping up in different parts of the city. Beyond the beauty and excitement, the state government has announced plans for a Christmas discount market starting December 18th.
From the RSTDA boss, he said that there will be lots of fun this Christmas at the different local government areas. They're hoping that there will be both regatta and some other things that will be going on. So, if you are looking for where to have your Christmas, you might just be thinking River State. All right, back to you guys in Lagos.
Well, doesn't it feel and look like Christmas already? That's Port Harcourt. And of course, we imagine how every other part of the country will look like. The Christmas lights are turning on in most parts of Lagos already. And of course, they're turning on here as well, right here at Channels Television. So beyond the lights and the decorations, what do the colors look like on the table? So beyond the red and the gold, I'm talking about the jollof rice and chicken now, and the green, if you consider the fried rice. What are the options for meal planning, the other options for meal planning during this Christmas time? How do we explore all the other traditional recipes so that we can have a memorable food Christmas as well? So joining us to have this conversation this morning, we have Chef Paul Abdul, a hospitality consultant and culinary expert. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Brief.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
So, what does Christmas look like for you? What are your plans? Let's start with that.
Food.
Food.
You can't have Christmas without food. Good food. And it's just everywhere. Different cultures. And Lagos State is the melting pot. It's where everything will now arrive. And fortunately for us, we have all cultures here represented. So food, and so you see all colors. But you see, unfortunately, jollof rice dominates.
Is that unfortunately?
Unfortunately.
Fortunately? Maybe unfortunately.
Why?
Well, I understand the unfortunately part of it.
Why?
The price of a bag of rice.
I get the point.
You get the point.
I get the point.
So you have from the south, you have to east to the west, and then, everybody wants their food to be represented, but jollof rice is the fine boy of the Christmas and also fries.
And he's a poster boy.
And what's it called? Also, I think I'm happy about what's happening with foodies. Traditionally, people think as chefs as the Oga Pata of them all, but that's not the case. I'm really happy what's happening in industry. We have most of the restaurants you have today and food companies, quick service restaurants, find that most of them are being headed by women. And guess what? They are very creative. So I was discussing with somebody that's an event planner and also a caterer. I told her, I said, look, and they said, chef. I said, I respect you guys because you create. We go to school to learn continental dishes. By the way, I studied with them, Nigeria Hotels Limited. Back then, they had the best catering school in West Africa. Back then. Today, it's no more there. But the culture they established is almost being lost because people have not been properly trained on culinary arts. I studied catering hotel management. Yes, so I can cook and I can manage. Yes, but presently, what I do is I'm off the kitchen because I consult and I help people set up kitchens and restaurants and establish processes and structure to help the business thrive. But you see, the thing is that what we cook here as continental is people's local food. Right. Italian dishes.
So our local food is continental to some
Yes.
But Chef Paul, how can we make the unfortunate part of jollof rice become fortunate this Christmas? I'm sure that's a question on the minds of many.
Because we are going to eat jollof rice.
Yes, you've helped me out because, as you mentioned, because of the cost. Yeah, you see, Christmas is one time a year. And people want to go out and splurge. And you can't deny them that pleasure. So there's no way around it that you can get it to be cheap, but there's a way you can manage around it. It's a season of giving, so people should share. When I was growing up, I was born on the island. So when, Christmas is a festive period where family gather, and the experience of cooking together, in the neighborhood, is that excitement and the firewood jollof. You see, you can't take it away.
Absolutely.
You can't. No, today, we have the traditional and we have the modern scientific aspect of it. But our mothers back then, food is in the hands and the taste buds. So they don't measure how they do it. You don't have 1 liter, 2 liter, pinch of salt. I'll do a menu and,
You stop when you hear the voice of the gods. Stop.
Exactly. But you see, the exciting part, well, after the food is done, the firewood smell, everything that adds to the taste, you see us rushing for the pot, the grand, and begin to clean that up because most of the ingredients rest there, bottom pots. you have committed that sin before. So it's really interesting because when you plan, why I say I'm happy and excited about what's happening is because our local food is now being celebrated and featured on menus.
That's why it's important. So let's bring it home.
Yeah.
Christmas is 7 days away. Coyote just bought a bag of rice for 90 what?
I didn't say I bought a bag of rice. I was telling you the price of
a bag of rice.
Okay.
90 something.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
So, so let's look at what the Nigerian average family is going through and how they can make the most right now with what they have. Say they can afford a 10 kg, 5 kg, depending on what's the size of the family. Walk us through how to make the most of this and make it delicious. That's the key word here.
Okay.
Using rice as a case study. Because some of us still like the rest.
Now, the 3 options: white rice and stew, jollof rice, fried rice. Because there's no way rice keeps coming on. But during the time of when this rice tomato thing was going up, the price it was going up, people came up with different ways to prepare stews cheaper and sauces, and they came up with cucumber, different ways. So I thought about it. I said, okay, what way can you invent to give your stew body that will not cost you so much? So I got garden egg because cucumber is almost 70 or 80% liquid. Also, when you extract, and then you have to now boil. But garden egg is fleshy. So what I did was that I blended my garden egg with peppers, and then a little tomato, and it became full. You won't even know that. But I put a lot of peppers to make it spicy.
Volume.
I give it volume. And I cooked my stew. And I had guests, they came from the UK. They came to visit me. And she confessed that was the best stew she had tasted in a long time. I'm saying this for the first time. I don't know if anybody has tried it, but I thought about it because when you are in the kitchen, you have ingredients all around you. If you are creative, you will just want to try things. So I look at it. It has body. It has little juice. Tomato, pepper will add to it and give it body.
And that's brilliant, and it speaks to how ingenious and creative we are as Nigerians, particularly now for you in that industry. But I want you to quickly talk to us about this, because there will be a lot of jollof cooking this season, right? Not every jollof tastes like jollof. Some is just jaw. So there's no love in the jollof. So I want you to speak to, we'll still do a proper cooking, right? But let's give a foretaste. Okay. What are some of the common mistakes people make while cooking jollof? And let me just give you the pointers. One, some jollof you taste and they are soggy. Right. Some they're not cooked, well cooked. Some it depends on half cooked,
some
right?
well cooked. Inside the same two.
And some they're not as red as you want them to be, and they don't have that jollof taste.
Exactly. So you end by telling us how to still get the firewood jollof taste without using firewood. But some, again, it depends on where you are biting from. So one part has a lot of salt, and another part that is pepper that is in the constituent. So how do you make the perfect jollof? Simply put.
Okay. Perfect jollof still is the traditional way. You start by, you see, the mistake a lot of people make is that when they boil their tomatoes. And the purpose of boiling tomatoes is actually to reduce the water and also the acid content in it. Now, when you boil tomato and you now still fry it, that's an overkill. You see, people don't know when ingredients die in food. No, that's the truth.
I've never heard that before.
Yes, because I enjoy teaching. I do train a lot, and I try to break things down. Excuse me. So people can understand that there are ingredients called perishables, and they have the amount of heat, pressure they can sustain before they diminish.
Oh, I get the point.
Now, when you start first, use a lot of onions. I don't know the price of onions. Onions give flavoring. And you must have that basic. Onions, garlic, ginger. Start with those 3 ingredients. You can't go wrong. The only way you can go wrong if you don't manage your rice cooking very well. Don't parboil your rice. Pour it when you've made your sauce. Because after you've blended tomatoes, you must first heat your pan before your oil hit your pan.
This notebook is full.
I like this.
So if people don't get this, that's why when you eat in fine dining restaurants, when they serve you food, the food must transit from a hot environment to another hot environment. Your plate that you serve must be hot. So it keeps your food warm, because when your food lands on the cold plate, immediately it begins to lose the original taste. You won't even know, but it will get colder faster than the food that the plate is warm. That's why I have warmers.
So how do we warm our plates then?
Simple. You can steam your plate
with hot water.
Yes, with hot water.
Okay.
Yes. So
okay.
Now back to our jollof. Yes. To get it
wind down.
Yeah. So good. Now, when you heat your oil, and then throw in your onions to flavor the oil, and your garlic and your... Now, it's better you pound your garlic, because when just like grapes cannot be blended. You have to crush it, because when they bleed, they give you the, what you really need, the flavor. So, but if you have much of them, you can blend. So, blend garlic, have them in the paste, and then you throw into your oil with your onions and stir. When the onions are about to turn a little bit golden brown, like caramelizing, then you turn in your peppers and tomatoes already blended. That's your stew sauce cooking already.
Okay.
And then pour in your raw rice.
So you don't allow the pepper to cook for long?
Yes.
That's the idea?
Yes.
All right.
So because ingredients help ingredients, because the more ingredients, the heat they would receive will be lesser. You understand? It's just like fried rice now. Fried rice, a lot of people parboil fried rice. I said, why do you parboil your fried rice? It's not called fried. You fry your rice.
Okay.
All right.
This is interesting.
There's more.
In fact, it's going to be better with literally seeing it done.
Because I wanted to say that I really don't want jollof this season. I want something like fisherman soup and, you know, loy, something like that. So would it be cheaper than jollof, you know? But that's part 2 of the conversation. We must thank you very much, Chef Paul Abdul, hospitality consultant and culinary expert. Thank you so much for those jollof rice tips. I'm sure some people have been helped this morning.
Yes, thank you.
But there's more to come as far as meal planning is concerned for you this Christmas and beyond. Courtesy, The Morning Brief on Channels Television. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Thank you.